Americans will cast their ballots for a new president, but the Electoral College will make the final decision. Recall the 2000 election, Vice President Al Gore received 543,000 more votes than his rival, George W. Bush, then governor of Texas. But when the election and legal disputes were over, Bush was declared the winner. How did that happen? The answer, the Electoral College. Welcome to Politics Today. I'm Sulaiman Ali. Quite an exciting moment it is for Americans and millions of non-Americans around the world. Contrary to popular belief, Americans do not vote directly for their president and vice president. Instead, they work on an electoral college system. So while they pick the names of the candidates they are voting for, they are actually casting the ballots for the electors in their respective states. Those electors will then vote for the candidates who got the highest popular votes in that state. Today we'll be looking at that, and don't forget we have a whole lot that you can participate on this program. We have 4 of our correspondents covering this election in the United States, 1 in Wisconsin, and of course we have Sean Okimbalo there, and of course we have 2 in Washington, D.C., Maria Baird and Ayatunde Balogun. And Adeshowa George is right there in New York. She'll be giving us update as well on this election. And of course, all our programming will be highlighting the big moment for the biggest democracy we have seen and the most expensive democracy in living history, the United States presidential election. All these 4 correspondents of China Television will be telling us the way it is, and we'll be feeling it. And of course, you too can be part of it when it comes to our Facebook right here. You can be part of that by logging on, and you can watch us live and follow us on Twitter. And we have all of the social media handles for you, just the way you can see it there, right there. It's real live, real time for you on Facebook. So typically, we have a whole lot that we'll be looking at today. But joining me to look at this is Chris Nwokobia. He's a lawyer and a political analyst and a close watcher of the United States election for some years now. Good to have you join us this evening.
It's my pleasure to be here.
And I'm sure you're excited. This is one moment we get to see once in every 4 years.
Absolutely. Like you noted, it's about the strongest democracy in the world. And you're talking about the most powerful nation on earth. You're talking about the most boisterous political space, and it's electrifying across the world. Everyone wants to know what's happening in the United States of America.
I can really feel it, to the extent that everyone, if you are on the other side with a clairvoyance and you claim to have some third eye, everyone is speaking about this election, and we understand that this is about what they call the Electoral College. Sean will also let us in on all of that when we get back to him. But looking at this election, for 2000, for loads and loads of people and young watchers of democracy, they felt, hey, come on, this went to Vice President Al Gore at that point in time. But you weren't surprised because you've been following that election and you already have an inkling of the history.
Like you noted, the most important thing most people do not understand about the Electoral College, electoral votes and the popular votes in the United States of America is the fact that since the 21st Amendment, the United States of America has come by ways of trying to improve on their electoral processes. And the Electoral College, as it were, or electoral votes, and the Americans will call them the electors, is simply the agglomeration or the numbering of the number of senators and the members of the House of Representatives in the United States of America. Across the 50 states, you have a total of 103 senators. You have, and then you have about 435 or so members of the House of Representatives. So what you have in the United States of America is a total 538 electors. You know, now, to become the president of the United States of America, even if you win the popular votes, if you win the highest number of votes, and you do not win more than 50% of the electoral votes, you will not be declared the President of America. And so the target of most American presidential candidates is to score at least 270 electoral votes. When you score up to 270 electoral votes, you are declared the winner of the United States of America election. And that was why when Al Gore pulled a total of 543,000 votes more than George W. Bush, people expected, ordinarily across the world, expected Al Gore to be declared President of the United States of America. But he did not win the more electoral votes.
We'll come back to that. But he did not win because he didn't make the
number of electoral
votes. But we'll go straight to Wisconsin, where Seun Okinbaloye is joining us via Skype. And he's been feeling the pulse and feeling the moments of a great day. Seun, good to have you join us. Well, this evening here, and I know it's about 7 hours behind in Wisconsin.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Sulaiman. It's good to be on the program this evening.
So tell us how it's, the feel is like for the people around Wisconsin, which we understand they have about 10 electors, right?
Absolutely. The state of Wisconsin has 10 electoral college votes. And of course, you know, several other states will be represented tomorrow after the popular votes in the United States cast. And so we will eventually have the Electoral College determine who becomes the 45th president of the United States. 270 votes, that's what the next president will need to emerge victorious in this race. The Democratic candidate or the Republican candidate, we'll find out at the end of the day tomorrow. It's just a few hours away. Covering Nigerian elections, it gives you a sense of the fact that, you know, anybody who has the majority votes in the popular election carries the day, but so much difference from the American elections, totally different. There are a lot of technicalities involved. It's not just as straight-jacketed as you find in other